What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Time for the breakdown. So, every single week, Monday through Friday,
every day in between,
I take the top Nintendo stories of the day, talk about them, discuss them, break them down, give my opinions on them. So,
here we go.
Slow news day, huh? Not really. So Nintendo basically is being rumored again, but this rumor comes from the Wall Street Journal. They are essentially saying that in 2019, the summer of 2019, Nintendo will be releasing an upgrade iteration of the Nintendo Switch. About a month ago, I did a story about it. Marcus Sellers discussed it then. His version of what we're supposed to be getting was much higher than what is actually coming. I did a video back then. I think it was called Marcus Sellers, Please Stop, or something like that. You can go back, you can watch that video. There's a couple clips I'm going to show in this video to kind of discuss some things, just because he's going on this little rampage now where he's saying, like, I was right, I called it. And then the people that are basically saying, like, well, of course it's coming, like, we saw it coming, he's now saying, like, well, now these people, because the Wall Street Journal says it, everybody saw it coming. I said a month ago that I don't feel like these numbers that are getting thrown out there are right by any stretch of the imagination. Do I feel like Nintendo will introduce a new Switch, a new Nintendo Switch? Yes. Look, hold on. Dude, I can show you right here. Like, this is the blueprint. So for Marcus Sellers to say this is happening really isn't a stretch. The only thing that's wrong with what he's saying is the numbers. I said a month ago that I think that this is something that was going to come. I felt it since the Switch was first announced. When the minute they talked about the Joy-Con separating, and that was a tablet, I think it became a no-brainer that the Nintendo Switch would continue to get upgraded throughout the years as they move forward, especially with a 20-year deal with Nvidia. That said, though, I feel like we don't know still what this thing is, and I think the one thing that there's a differential or a disconnect between what Marcus is now saying and back then. Back then, he was quoting and claiming that this thing was going to be 4K, 128 gig, and all that stuff. That's not the case that's being said at this moment, because nothing's being said at this moment. Still just a rumor. Still might not even happen. June, July, August, summertime for 2019 is a way off. We're just wrapping the summer right now, like we just wrapped it not that long ago, and to say that a year from now we're definitely getting this, we don't know yet. I still stand by my feeling that we will continue to get iterations of the Nintendo Switch for years to come. As Sony and Xbox take that step forward, Nintendo will then take a step forward in turn and continue to try to stay on the heels of them. Just don't see how a 4K Switch fits in the picture right now, especially with the size of those games. They are way too big to be handling on a Nintendo Switch. The memory is not there. It is not, just my opinion, it is not going to happen. If it happens, I would be happy. Don't get me wrong. I would welcome a huge thing. I just feel like we need to temper expectations, and the hype train cannot. I've fallen victim to the hype train from these inside sources for many times. I'm still waiting for Mother 3 to hit on the Nintendo Switch. We were promised that 2 years ago. We were told it was coming 2 years ago. Still hasn't even. We don't have a virtual console yet. We have a makeshift virtual console at the moment, but we don't even have the virtual console yet. So that being said, I feel like it's easy to say, like, hey, I called this, but you really didn't call this. You called a fraction of this. And I feel like that's why the tweet might have been taken down initially. But I don't know. That's neither here nor there. I tip my cap to you. You got it right, in theory, 2019. That's when now you have a reputable source now backing you. Wall Street Journal is now saying that this is going to be a thing, but we don't know if that's true or not. Wall Street Journal might be wrong. Who knows? Not like they haven't been wrong before in the past. Not like because they're not outing sources or saying anything like that. So we don't know whether it's true or not. That said, how do I feel, or what do I think about this news story? Man, it's pretty awesome, but it's also not awesome, because the way the news is playing out is what they're saying is Nintendo is seeing a dip in sales and they're trying to bolster it and lift it back up again. Does not bode well for Nintendo that after 2 years, almost 3, it would be 3 by the time this thing launches, they're basically going back to the well to try to get all the people that bought the original one to re-up, plus get some new people in. Time will tell how that weighs out, but that does not, if it's true, bode well for Nintendo at all. I don't think that's the case. I think that Nintendo is doing really well. I think that after Christmas holiday rolls through, Pokemon, Smash, hit the Switch, then you move into 2019. Like, dude, I'll put 2019 up against 2017 any day of the week. It is growing and building to be an amazing year for Nintendo and gaming yet again. I'm excited to see what comes out of it, but we'll see. I just don't know. I ultimately, look, we need to temper expectations. Keep them here. Because if we go up over here, that's when people start to get mad at Nintendo. And that, I think, is ultimately my issue with inside sources, is they make promises, and then they don't happen, and then people get mad at Nintendo. And that's just because what happens is, by the time Jimmy and Johnny hear it from their friends over and over and over again, they don't know who the original source was. They just know that that's what we're being told, that Nintendo said this is coming by the time it hits them. It's the old, you start a line of people and you tell someone a sentence, and by the time it gets to the last person, it's totally different than when it started. That's what this becomes. And then by that time, Nintendo promised a 4K console. Why is it not happening? Happened when the Switch was coming out. People promised that the Switch was going to be on par with the PS4, and it never happened. So I think that's where people need to temper expectations and understand what's going on here. That's my feeling. Finally, I want to wrap up this story this day with a story coming out of Japan. Gold Mega Man Amiibo. There's going to be a very extremely limited number of these things. I think they're saying that 10 of them are coming to Japan. They're going to be auctioned off in a raffle of some sorts, and 10 people will win these things. What the Capcom? Man, I am an Amiibo enthusiast. I have every single Amiibo there is up to this point. Minus cards. I got a stupid cereal box back here with an Amiibo in it. I have Amiibo all over the place. I've imported Amiibo from Japan that were Japan exclusives. This hurts. That to think that, man, there's going to be a gold Mega Man Amiibo that I'm probably never going to get my hands on. Sad day. But it's pretty cool. I will say this. I like the idea behind it. I just wish there was a bigger lot going out. 10 is, it's crazy. But we'll see. We shall see. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching today's Nintendo Guru Daily. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please slap the like button. Share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Please let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Marcus nailed this one? Or is it still too early to tell? Do you think we're going to actually get this iteration in June of 2019? And if we do, what do you think about it? What do you think we'll get with it? What do you think is really, truly going to be specs on this thing? We'll go from there. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, @Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.